Hey guys, it's Jimmy here and welcome back to Assetto Corsa for another video. Today we're going to be driving the beautiful Porsche 718 RS Spyder from 1960. This car is hell of fun to drive, not much power but very light, makes for a very fun cornering experience, and of course old suspension as well means it rolls around quite a bit, and of course Porsche's very famous silly engine placement keeps things always interesting. Now a lot of people are saying to me that I should be driving this because it is, quote, similar to an MX-5 in the way it handles, which I disagree with, but I also agree with the fact that it's a little small two-seater which you can throw around and have a bit of laugh with. So we're going to be doing a sit-slap race here at the Nürburgring GP Sprint circuit, so there's a small circuit here, with these cars, the Porsches and the Alfa Romeos you see in the background there. They actually fit pretty well, these cars, not quite like the Porsche and the McLaren, when the McLaren was a bit slower. The Alfas are pretty much on the same pace around here, so it should make for an interesting race, which guess what guys, you get to come along for.
Creepy, right?
Well, here we are then, sitting on the grid. Bit skew width at the back, there's not that much room here, but no worries. 6 lights on, clutch engaged, first gear, and away. Not a bad start there, easy to get bogged down. Nice to get past these Alfa Romeos at the start. We have a lot of acceleration compared to these guys just because of our weight, but the Alfa Romeos win out at top speed because they have that just a little bit more power than us, a little bit more, so about 50 more brake horsepower than this car has, which is, I guess, pretty significant. Trying to find a place to slot in at the moment, but going around the outsides, these cars. AI try and find their way through T1 with limited success as always, trying not to prang the car because it is a classic, but I've already hit an Alfa Romeo already, which is a lot of money gone, but who cares, we're in now, so it doesn't matter. You can already hear how much I'm working this wheel, which is just indicative of how this car handles. Lots of sliding over the curb on the outside there, tiny little car, spinning every bump on that curb, just understeering now, trying to keep some sort of power on. All I can hear in my earlobes, Alfa Romeo, understeer over the nose of 2 Alfa Romeos, but there you go, good start there. Through the first section the Alfas are a little bit slow, but they're a bit faster through the second section where it opens up a bit more. Of course, our car with being quite a bit lighter than the Alfa Romeo, which is already a light car, so I get very sideways there, but managed to catch it just about. I wish I could have recorded my wheel input for this and showed you guys, but webcam is dead, so no dice. But yeah, Alfa Romeo, already a light car, this is significantly lighter. Alfa with about 50 to 60 more horsepower, I think it is. I don't actually know the exact figure, but you see on the straight though, despite our weight and our quick gearbox, Alfa Romeo will keep up and actually gain towards the end of the straight through there, having to actually fight the steering. It's not quite easily flat. The car does try to understeer a little bit. Down to third gear now for this. Will be very fast once we get out of the traffic a little bit, but forced to slow down a little bit through there. Now for the last corner, I'd like to take this in third, but being forced to take it in second now because the 136 in front of me decided to stop on the apex. And the thing is, taking it in third sort of stops that massive slide coming out, and this car is fast when you drive it with a slight drift to it, but it's very easy to go too much or throw the car into the corner a little bit too hot and end up understeering instead because of that classic Porsche layout, which is an understeer machine. Again, I'm forced onto the curb on the left there. I actually had to brake to avoid the car from spinning. I thought it was going to get away from me there. Again, using that second there just to push the car out the corner. Only a 6-lap race here, so I need to start making some moves. I want to do any better than I am now. Third gear all the way through. Big drift, big drift, big drift. Hold it, hold it. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. No, we're not. No idea how we kept that. That's one big upset moment there for me. Just using the weight transfer to pitch the car into the corners. That's an awesome experience of H-pattern as well. I love H-pattern cars. Every part of it is just a treat for me. Oh, we're going to go 3 wide. No, we're not. Go on the inside. Gets by very quickly. I did try to find other cars for this car to race against. I even tried the A86, the stock version, but this car was actually quite a bit faster. So that was interesting to me, seeing this car and the A86 on the same piece of track. A very rare thing. Don't think it's ever happened in real life, but in sim anything goes. Fourth gear, just going to tuck into the slipstream now. And like I said at the start of the video, this is another car with a lot of racing heritage to it, and makes it more interesting for me, of course. I mean, I always say that the road cars are the best in Assetto Corsa, but this is almost a mix really, because this thing did things like Targa Florio, which is If you've never heard of that, go look it up. It's a fantastic old event they used to run. My friend Mr. John Baccio, I forget his handle on YouTube, I think it's Baccio Grande. He's a bit of a target fire expert. I'll try and link his channel description. He can take you around a lap, pretty much commentated. That's how well he knows the circuit. But it's 45 odd minute lap, so it's really is a big challenge. That's just a little part of it. That's just a small part of it as well. And this thing beat the nearest Ferrari, which is some sort of 3.5 litre thing. He's like right around the outside of an Alfa Romeo there, forgetting that he has brakes. Yeah, beat this Ferrari by I think 3.5 minutes. And this thing's a piddly little 4-pot, so let's go show how right this car was in terms of handling. And in the sim, again, it handles like I would expect this car to handle. It's a lot of weight over the rear, which means we're getting a lot of sliding. Of course, throwing the car in too much means we get a sort of understeer as we almost bog in terms of weight transfer as I rock over the inside curb there. Come on, catch it, Jimmy. Getting a little bit of frame rate issues here. I've had that a little bit in the Assetto Corsa recently. Obviously, I'm running max settings and a pretty large field as well, so the occasional frame drop is sort of expected, but I'm sure we'll get over it. I was just using third there to sort of bring myself out of the slide. Now I'm going to try and drive a little bit more sensibly now. And you see the difference in pace that sort of comes out of his car. You can be nice and smooth and be just as fast. It sort of benefits from that little slide on the exit, not on the way in. Doesn't like sliding on the way in because then you're setting the precedent for the whole corner. And unless you're a four-wheel drifting god like Mr. Jim Clark, you will not be doing very well. Third gear for here. I'll try to throw it in. This curb. Aim for the curb. I know I'm going to understeer a bit. Fourth gear again, just for a little bit there. Very easy to run into the limiter and sort of be stuck. It's like this is the lead Alpha. The rest of us are Porsches. Again, you see we aren't pulling on that Alpha in a straight line. If anything, the Alfa Romeo is pulling away from us. Benefiting a bit from a slipstream though. But this guy is going to brake heavy and early into T1. We can use agility of this thing to go up the inside, absolutely unchallenged. Right across the nose again of that Alfa Romeo, and the sound of his glorious 718s and the Alphas just echoing around the track. Very special experience. Let's see if we can keep up with this fella in front now that he's been unleashed from his Alfa Romeo. Brakes still sounding a bit squeaky. Giving it in third gear to avoid the big old slide that I had last lap. Just getting off the throttle there to let the rear come round and then hitting it again. Should have really been a second there. Look at the difference out there. I do like these sort of cars where it's all about keeping it in the rev range. Not much power outside of it. You can probably hear how hard I'm having to work the wheel to keep this thing pointing in the straight line, but that is part of the fun with these cars. It's a physical workout sometimes, like the 962. I'm sure you heard me after that video. I was actually, I was almost short of breath after that, and I do work out as well. I'm not unfit. And just the concentration that went into that was pretty intense. Not quite the same experience in this. Everything happens a little bit slower, but not to say it isn't just a little bit taxing. So third gear on the throttle. Oh no, a little bit late there. Gonna hit that big curb on the inside. Don't want to do that. And because the car's so small, all these little curbs that don't look too intimidating and maybe a bigger car are suddenly quite a big thing as we come onto our last lap now. Let's see if we can. How much we're going to catch this guy in front. Fourth gear and fifth, which is a little bit too long for my liking, but what are you going to do? I always like to brake in classic cars just before it starts going downhill properly. There's a little bit of a dip as you see it coming down, and once you start braking on a dip, you have gravity working against you. So if you start just before, you almost get, it's hard to explain, you get extra room basically at the end of it because you're scrubbing off speed faster than you would when you're braking downhill. Oh, second gear a little bit too early there, back end kicked out, but it actually benefited me a little bit. It got me to turn the way I wanted to. Oh, understeer, Porsche understeer please. Gonna mash the throttle now. Kept it buzzing on that 8,000 RPM for a while. I see it again here. as the elevation changes, sort of catches me out a little bit. I keep the rear tyres spinning to keep the drift going. We're not quite close enough. We might be able to get close enough through that fast chicane at the end. We're quick through here, which we are not. We're slow on the exit again. See that understeer coming into play again. It's all about a matter of balancing this thing. It's almost like there's a centre pivot, not in a bad way, not in the old RF handling sort of ways, but your goal is to sort of balance between that understeer and oversteer, and that's where all the speed lies. Up into 5th gear, almost power shifting there, just to gain a couple more Ks in a straight line. Not going to be enough, I don't think. Let's be really good through here. 4th, 3rd, in. Oh, in very late. Gonna hit that curb big time. Gonna keep powering though. Come on. No, it's not gonna be enough. Again, hitting that power just to make sure the drift continues. If I didn't do that there, I would have hit the pit entry, but there it is. Oh! Nice and screwy on the way out. Oh no, we got one more lap. Fantastic. I thought we were over. There you go, one more lap to catch this guy then. I thought we were done. What I get for not looking at the top of the screen. Trying to be as careful as I can through there. The rear of the car just wants to come round, but the front won't let it sometimes. Again, trying to be almost smooth now. Being smooth in this sort of car is very weird. It's very hard to explain. You have to go and experience it for yourself. But I almost see now what my friends mean now when I say it's like an MX-5. Not in the way it handles, but the spirit of it. Not much power. Pretty good handling. Not quite as... I mean, MX-5 isn't quite this wallowy, but that's what years of progress I do with suspension. Nearly lost it there. I was completely full lock as I'm running 900 degrees of rotation, so I was completely full lock there to keep that going the right way. Right, I need to get this last chicane right if I'm going to make any sort of effort on passing this guy. That's not going to help. Understeer on the power. Come on, go. Just see, again, drifting out there on the power. I don't think, again, unless we get this right, we turned in a bit late last time, so we're going to turn in a bit earlier. Hope for the best. Again, 5th gear. For our braking zone. There it is. And in early. Can't be understeer too early. Oh dear. Over 1 curb. Over 2 curb. Come on, keep rolling. Oh dear. Give me a couple more laps, I would have got that right. But that is, guys, the 6-lap race in the Nürburgring GP Sprint Circuit in the awesome Porsche 718 RS Spyder. Go and drive it. Another awesome car from the Porsche pack. 6th place, not too bad. Another reason to go spend your hard-earned money on a Assetto Corsa. So, if you enjoyed that video, guys, make sure to let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think of this this 718. I'm a big fan of it. I drive it quite a bit actually offline. This is my first time driving it on recording, and I'm glad it went so well. It's quite a good race, that. And also make sure to hit that like button to make me happy, to make me smile. And of course, if you really enjoyed it, make sure to hit that subscribe button to be notified of future videos. But anyway, guys, take care, have an awesome day, and I'll see you all next time.